Hi, this is Kimberly with 50joules.com, where we have lots of goodies to help you craft a happy life. And today's tutorial is going to be a 5x7 Christmas party invitation. And you can see that I have the desktop open here, and we're going to be working in Affinity Designer today. It's my favorite program when I'm putting together a design project. I do have the Adobe suite, and I use Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign for different projects, but when I need to throw something together, I go to Affinity Designer every time. If you're interested in finding out more about it, I'll put a link down below. The one thing I really like about it is not only is it super easy and very intuitive, is that you just buy it. You pay once and that's it. You know, with Photoshop, you pay every month. So it's a good little program if you do a lot of designing. So I have the Holiday Bouquet Clipart kit here on my desktop, and I really like the fact that it has a desktop so I can see everything I've got. And you can see this kit has 6 bouquets and 3 background papers designs. And we're going to use a few of these today in our 5x7 invitation. And I have the artboard all set up. I put a white background on it, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I think the background paper I want to use is this one. So what I like to do when I'm working is I like to go ahead and keep my elements on the desktop and just go ahead and make a copy of them when I move them over to my artboard. And that's just a keystroke in Affinity Designer. It's super easy to do. So I'm going to move that over here, and I want to trim it down a little bit so that I don't have to worry about that overhang as I'm putting the design together. And I like that background. It's a watercolor background, and it's toned to match with the greenery of this kit. The one thing I don't like about it is I think it's a little bit too saturated for what we're doing. I want to be able to have people read the type really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and select that and change the opacity, bring it down to probably around 75%. Yeah, right there. So I think that that's going to make the copy a lot more readable. And the nice thing when you do that is that the tone stays right in the color palette that you're working with. Is just a lighter version. So the bouquet I'm going to work with today, the main bouquet, is this one right up here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it down into the image. Let me get in a little closer there. And I actually kind of like that size right there. And you can see with Affinity, they're going to tell you when you're kind of centered on the page, which is super helpful. So I like the way that look. I like the way the background tones in with the greenery and the flowers. I do want to add a little bit more interest up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this, move it over kind of back behind, and then I'm going to knock down that opacity way down. Let's see, about a little over 50%. And then I'm going to move it to the back so it's behind that the first centerpiece that we placed. And I kind of like that, so it gives a little ghost of an image behind the main image. Now, one thing you can do is that you can play around with these. You can go ahead and flop it to see if you like that better. I don't really like that better. I think I like it originally how it was, so that's how I'm going to leave it. But keep in mind that you can do a lot of things with that little background ghosting other than just move it over. So I'm liking the way this invitation is looking here. I like the colors, the tones, and the placement. I do want a little bit of something down here. So I think I'm going to take this bouquet right here, and I'm going to kind of crop it to where it has some elements that I want to go ahead and work with. So that's about good right there. And then I'm going to move it over right down there in the corner. And I like that because, you know, we've got the greens that tone in, we've got a little bit of the greenery and some of the gold that kind of ties in. So we have just a little bit of fun interest down in this corner. So that's looking pretty good there. Let's go ahead and add some type. Let's say Holiday Open House. So I'll go ahead and type in Holiday. And that's not how I want that type to look. Let's go ahead and see what we've got on here. I think I want to use Yeah, that right there. And I want to change the color of that. So I'm going to go down and grab the color picker and go ahead and get one of these greens. That's a little bit too light. That's a little bit too dark. Ooh, that's just about perfect right there. So we'll move this up. And what I like to do is bring the bracketing of my type out to either side so that it centers my type nicely. So holiday, and then let's add open house, and we can go ahead and do something a little bit more fun with that. Let me select that and we'll change that typeface out. Yeah, I think that's good. And then I want to go ahead and grab a color. Ooh, I like that. I like that deep, rich red. And I want the type a little bit bigger for that. So let's bring it on up to maybe, let's see how 55 points looks. Whoops. I'm thinking that's going to work. And we'll just kind of tuck that up underneath that word holiday until we're just real happy with the placement right there. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. So there we have a 5x7 invitation. There's space down here for, you know, the date and time and place and that sort of thing, maybe your RSVP over here. So beautiful invitation. It's made with the Holiday Bouquet kit. Took us probably less than 5 minutes to do. And I like to do this type of invitation 5x7 so that I can place it then 2 up on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and trim it out on cardstock, and it looks really pretty. So holiday invitation, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for using my Clipart kits. And until next time, this is Kimberly with 50joules.com. Stay crafty, stay happy, but most of all, stay grateful. I'll see you next time.